quiet little town surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a boy named Elyias. From the moment he could speak, it was clear that Elyias was different. While other children played games, Elyias was fascinated by how things worked. He would take apart clocks, radios, and even his toys, not to break them, but to understand their secrets. Elyias's family was modest, but his parents believed in him wholeheartedly. His father, an architect, often watched him surrounded by scraps of metal and wires, scratching his head in confusion. What is he building now? His father would chuckle, though he never discouraged Elyias. One day, those ideas of his will shape the world, his father often said with pride. His mother was equally supportive, gently reminding Elyias, "Dream big, my son. The world needs people like you." Not everyone shared their enthusiasm. Elyias's relatives, jealous of his family's success, would often mock him. "Why waste your time tinkering with junk?" They'd say, "Follow your father's footsteps and do something practical." Their words stung, but Elyias refused to let them dim his passion. At school, Elyias's teachers were amazed by his intelligence. He asked questions that others wouldn't even think of, but his classmates often teased him, calling him the strange boy. Elyias didn't let it bother him. Instead, he poured his energy into creating things: a solar-powered lantern, a water purifier from scrap, and even a small windmill to help irrigate the fields. As Elyias grew older, the challenges became greater. His family faced financial struggles, and many in the town doubted his potential. "Dreams don't fill stomachs," they would say. Even his jealous relatives tried to discourage him further. But Elyias's parents stood by him, reminding him to trust in his abilities. One day, while working on a broken radio, Elyias came across a quote in an old magazine: "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Those words stayed with him. He realized that his talent alone wasn't enough. He needed to work harder than ever to prove himself. Elyias began spending late nights in a small shed behind his house, working by the light of his homemade lantern. He read borrowed books on science, watched videos on engineering when he could, and experimented endlessly. At the age of 15, he created his first significant invention, a compact device that could generate electricity from rainwater. When he demonstrated it to the town, people were stunned. Farmers who had mocked him now lined up to see how his invention could help them. Word of Elyias's invention spread beyond the town, and soon he was offered a scholarship to a prestigious university. There, Elyias's brilliance truly shone. He invented technologies that transformed lives: affordable energy solutions, machines to clean polluted water, and tools to aid farmers in increasing their yields. Each invention carried a piece of his humble beginnings and his promise to help others. By the time he was 30, Elyias was recognized as one of the greatest inventors of his generation. He won awards, built research centers, and inspired countless young minds. But Elyias never forgot where he came from. He returned to his town and set up schools and labs for children who, like him, dreamed of changing the world. When people asked Elyias what drove him to succeed, he would smile and say, "It wasn't just my mind. It was the belief that even a small spark can light up the darkest night. And no matter how small your beginnings, your dreams can change the world." Elyias's story teaches us that genius isn't just about talent. It's about persistence, hard work, and believing in yourself when others don't. Even in the face of discouragement and jealousy, your ideas and dreams have the power to shape the future. So, if this story resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.